Taking care of home and protecting home is obviously important. I really want to say too, just like the excitement of, we're venturing into this new format of play, and you really don't know when you're not playing. Our guys give us so much support. We get to steal a lot of their fans, and so really exciting to see our fans come out and support us. And some of those lulls when they were going on runs and they were stopping us and hurting our play with the play calls of the fouls and things like that, the fans really got us going and got us over the hump and helped us find our juice back. And so it was able to stop some of those runs before they got really going. So super excited about the fans tonight. That's the first thing I say. It was really, really fun to see the gym, have people in here and the band being here and get a little glimpse of the SWAC. And so it's always fun to play in front of people. So I really thank them for coming out and watching and cheering on these girls. For us play, I think we just had some up and downs. I think we were really, really locked in today on the execution. I think we went into the game just confident in what our game plan was and executing it, just knowing that our scoring offensive scheme can't really be stopped, and a lot of times that we're going to say it's the defensive scheme that we have to execute well. And so I think we got excited by stopping it early on. We didn't do a great job of the free throw line. They got a kid 22 points, 10 of them are free throws. I feel like every time she went to the rim, it was a whistle, a lot of stuff that, maybe on the floor, out the floor. But either way, we didn't do a great job of keeping her off the line. But other than that, I thought we played really solid defensively.
Questions?
Coach, what kind of statement do you feel like your team made tonight in a game like this? Two teams undefeated in conference play.
We don't really think about that. I mean, it's still the beginning of the SWAC. Like every game, we one game at a time. Like that's our mentality, one game at a time. Like we can't get overly hyped up in because you can go and lose the next 4 in a row because the SWAC is really that good and competitive right now. So I think we're just trying to focus on locking into each game plan every single night and go one game at a time and not letting the rush it out, because I like my players to be pressure free. We haven't really been here before in my stint, so it's not something that we're holding on dear to. We want to compete every night. We want to execute every night. We want to get some of them to their best games, and we still have so much more in their games we're trying to expand and get to. And so they have some goals that we're really focused on a little bit more because we care about more what statements they make in the postseason, not really during the season or before.
But does it have a special meaning? I mean, you're playing in a game a really big game for you guys at this point. I mean, how does that feel? I mean, it feels good to win. It does feel good to win. I think it feels good for them to be I just like when they execute. Obviously, we haven't been in the space historically since I've been here to beat Jackson State, so that's been a long time coming. So it's great to pull that off for the fans. But, I just think you can't put too much stock into it so early because, it's 4 games, right? So we still got a whole stretch. We got to go back there. But to be the winner and the victor in it means a lot. We're excited about being the victor in there instead of coming out saying, oh, well, we can keep playing. We'll figure out tomorrow. So it's great to win that game.
Coach, you touched on it in terms of this new SWAC format with the spotlight being on the women's game on Thursday nights. The gym was rocking tonight.
Yeah, it was.
The excitement in that regard. I guess I wanted to ask, what does it mean for you as a coach? What does it mean for the team, for the spotlight to be on your team and you guys to have jumped out to a 4-0 record?
I'm really, truly excited. Like, I think that's kind of fun. I like sharing with the men. I don't mind. Like, we're not greedy. Because the more fans, the better. Like, I think we really have some primetime kids. Like, there's some people who get, nervous, and we've had that in the past. I think they actually kind of rise. They're like game time players. They like the hype. So, we can keep getting it equal to what it looks like when the men are with us. I would love that. That's the ultimate goal, But, like, these kids are working so hard, and the trust and the buy-in when I'm tough and I'm difficult and, pushing them every single day, sometimes slightly long-winded. Right, but so, the buy-in for them, I want the game to feel like a celebration. Like, I love basketball, and you try to keep it pure, and we want the game, win, lose, or draw, to retain the joy of that we get to play basketball. And with the fans being there, you really get to feel that.
Coach,
I know you ain't gonna tell us, but man, you got them hyped up. They was hyped, man. Can you just probably just paraphrase what the message was to get them hyped up?
Finish them.
Coach, on Tuesday's press conference, you said one thing you hope to instill in your team is a sense of pride to be able to say that you're playing at Texas Southern University. And coming out the locker room almost with a 20-point lead, what was the main thing that you kind of pressed with your team to continue to do?
That's a great question. It's great to see you. Okay, and so two, our biggest message was it wasn't done, and we needed to finish, and what we needed to lock in on. There were a couple things that we kept getting beat. We couldn't keep anybody in front of us at first, and so we talked about we were getting our bigs, and we still didn't really do a great job of that. We kept getting our bigs in trouble because we kept having to rotate by getting on the side of the ball. And then just talking about staying disciplined in the offense, because the offense works and they score really well out of that. But we knew we had a new half, and we knew that they would come back with the push. We thought, that the third quarter would be their strongest push, but their fourth quarter was actually their stronger push, and we kind of let up a little bit, and we had to bounce back from that. So, yeah.
Coach, you did a good job of remaking this roster. I want you to speak on that. But then I want to know, I was just thinking about y'all over these, what's the ceiling for this team?
Oh, I stay up at night. That's a great question, because it's the thing that gives me like the butterflies, right? Like they could be so good. It's just a matter of sometimes you have so much in the container, or sometimes you're rushed to fill the container up, and just like the proper time and space for the recipe to kind of bloom. Like they're really, really good, and they haven't even reached their potential. And if we could just stay the course of growing, and we said in the locker room that comfort is a dangerous disease, and so if we could figure out how to just keep staying hungry and push that, etc. Like I think that there is no real limit. Yeah, but when it comes to recruiting, I give a lot of that credit to Coach Brooks, who was there. She did a great job of finishing, and finding a lot of these kids. This one here I knew since the 7th grade, so I've been recruiting her for a very long time. She finally told me yes, and then obviously, we knew her. We knew right away that we wanted her when she came open. So, a lot of things of just buying in. Houston is kind of home to her, like her second home. So it was good. She was happy to come back and kind of play with some familiarity and find some joy. Again, a lot of the stuff that we're looking at, like, people talk about transfers and stuff, but we get so lost in the NIL and all of this stuff that we forget that these kids have not had great experiences when they're transferring in. So to see these kids playing with joy and playing and being excited about the game and not losing passion is a little bit more important to me every day, that we're keeping and we're trying to focus on. And I'm happy when they're happy. I'm happy when they're seeing their goals. Like, I feel like a proud mama, and I'm like, that's why I'm on you. That's why we run the laps. That's why, so you can experience these moments. So,
Treasure, just your thoughts on what Coach said about that.
Well, day by day, I love the way that she coaches us. First of all, I would say that because she loves us so much and she's always on us. So I feel like when it comes to these game moments, it's easier. It's way easier. I'm not going to say that it's easy to verse these teams, but I will say that she makes it way more easier. So I feel like the more that we push, the more that she pushes us, we're just going to get even better.
Same thing for you, Ed.
I came here with Coach Skeete. First of all, she's like a God-oriented woman, and I love that about her. And we play with a sense of like playing around that. We have the Tiger way, and I think our team does a great job of sticking to that. And it's just like a family here, so it makes me want to stay and be with this team.
What is the Tiger way?
Togetherness, integrity, God, excellence, and resilience.
Treasure,
Yes.
you a little fiery out there. Right?
not out there in life.
Let me tell you something. I noticed that, and I asked Coach Skeete a question in the last game, and she said, "We got some strong personalities in that room." Explain to me what she means by that.
Well, I'm very, 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 very passionate about this game. I feel like that's the end of. I'm passionate about this game, so it's like play by play. I feel like I show it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I saw you showing it tonight.
Here's the thing, where you become like, and again, not just me, right? But like we have Coach Jay, we have Coach Bruce, we have a staff that cultivates a space where it's safe to be who you are. And then we are still teaching better ways, but not just diminishing, because we're all going to have good, bad, and different. And learning that, like, in women's sports, we've got to kind of get away from this. So, like, we have to be best friends every single day because we're Care Bears. And you know, it's like, you know, your boss, there's a bunch of people in the cubicles you can't stand, but you still have to work and get your assignment done because that's the job and that's how you eat. And, you know, teaching that business protocol, and then if we can come back and fix those things for his chemistry and stuff. So it gives the person a chance to be authentic. And I think we don't go in the game with that apprehension, and if it's wrong, we talk and we address it, then we reset. You know, that's just kind of how we go. So it works for the personalities that we have, and so on the court, you know, it doesn't come across as like, but we got them. I have to tell the team that they don't let them loose because I can.
No, seriously.
So with you being a senior, like, kind of how do you feel that this will be, like, what are you trying to leave here at TSU?
Well, one, we're leaving with a SWAC ring. Two, we're going to the NCAA tournament and we're getting as far as we can, game by game. Period.
That's it. Stamp that.
You know, one more thing. SWAC, the SWAC basketball is in a great place.
It is.
When Texas Southern is on top. Right?
Heard that.
For real. So how y'all feel about that?
Thanking Jesus every day.
And then again, like, kudos to the SWAC. Like, I think because the SWAC is so good, I think that we're pushing so that whichever team comes out, it has a more competitive feel when we get to the national tournament. And I think we're all doing a good job, coaches, of challenging each other and getting each other better, so that it's just not like, oh, we're happy to be here, but more it's like we want to compete in the game and play because we want to be part of the women's basketball revolution that's revving up and going. Like, we don't want to be left out of it either. So.